So, ladies and gents, welcome. The long-awaited series between two crazy players, all right? Now, DuDuZhu recently had a good performance in the sudden death tournament. Coming into that tournament, I was saying, this guy goes crazy in tourneys, man. He goes crazy. I don't know if it's because he's nervous or because the energy's high or what, but it's not clean. It's messy. We see forwards with villagers sometimes. We see wild, wacky strategies. Does it always work? No, but it has worked against people higher rated than him. So that would be kind of my intro for DuDuZhu. I mean, the fact that he's Armenians already makes me think that he might go long swords on this map. You-pudding started off, I mean, the awareness of you-pudding would have been for his Sicilian play on my YouTube channel, right? And almost loses a freaking villager there. You-pudding! What are you doing to me, bro? But yeah, so people, I think, you know, because of those videos, didn't really realize that You-pudding is actually a very complete, well-rounded player who can also come up with some unique strategies. So he's really improved since then. I think he's around 2,500 elo or something along these lines these days. So that's kind of cool, right? Someone who clearly has an interesting mind for strategy and can play in a unique way and doesn't always have to do that. I think players will run into problems if everyone knows they're, I don't know what you want to call them, an all-in player or a one-trick pony, whatever, a three-trick pony. No, You-pudding's complete. So both players should have tools to kind of do a lot of different things here. And we find ourselves on Evacuation, which is a really, 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 really tough. It's a tough map to start the series on. You have to be sharp. All right. Also, Grinch says I'm a zero-trick pony. Sorry about the whole zero pony situation there, Grinch. But maybe you'll get a trick someday. The players have moved out. They're trying to find some cows. I find if you're going to open with Man-at-Arms, I mean, really, you should be doing this in general in this map, but if you're going to be going Man-at-Arms especially, it's really helpful to have the cows. It's funny, both players have exchanged these cows. They've switched sides many times as they try and get them home. I think DuDuZhu actually didn't even try and bring this one home, because if he tries to bring this one home, it would get found. That's pretty smart detail. But the Great Cow Wars have begun. This is the third round, so the winner here, or sorry, the loser here is still a silver player. But the winner would move into the potential final series to get into the gold spot. And if someone could remind me, actually, I'd love for somebody to double check two things. A, what their elo is right now, because people are going to want to know that. And then B, I'd also love to hear what the other side of the bracket is right now. Alex has just posted it. DuDuZhu is 2050 elo right now? No way he's 2050. Is he actually 2050? Can you double check that? He might have a couple accounts. I would have thought like 2300 or something. And You-pudding 2700 elo is absolutely insane to me. I thought he was like 2500 elo, 2600. He is really improving. We'll put the 2050 elo for DuDuZhu, but at the time, well, you know what? I guess his rating and his seeding would have been massively improved from his tournament results. So that's why maybe I assumed. But this is the strongest 2050 elo player you will see in the bracket, DuDuZhu. Very dangerous. I'm not interested in all-time high. I want current elo. Okay, so 2050 and 2530. Okay, all right. So all-time high is a different conversation. There we go. We're back into it. So you want to be actively scouting the front of your opponent's base here. Both of these civs are known for the barracks on the front. And Dravidians definitely will be doing that. Armenians, I've seen some builds where they don't. DuDuZhu is walking pretty far forward now. And I think this is for a sneak. Guys, sometimes I advertise something and I know, like, there's a 50% chance it happens. With DuDuZhu, I know it's near 100%. The dude's going to go freaking forward, isn't he? He's building the barracks really far forward. If you were going to play structured, you'd build the barracks like this with the line of houses and wall towards the edge. I think he's going to send it here. Cal's situation isn't great for him. Cow situation also doesn't look that good for you-pudding, but the cows are out here, and they're going to move their way in over time. So he does have like 5 cows he could maybe potentially get home. I don't know what DuDuZhu is doing now. He's built the barracks in a way that makes me think he was going to send his vills forward. Now he's not going forward. And DuDuZhu has been spotted. And then DuDuZhu also spots you-pudding. So both elite players both know what to expect here. Remember, there's the water. There's the fact that you have to sneak and evacuate to the outside on this map. This is a nice, safe little wood line for you-pudding. But also, if he loses water, it could be problematic with it being this close. And Armenians do not have to evacuate quite as quickly because they have the mule carts here. All right, militia are on the move, moving through this maze, which could definitely annoy DuDuZhu. Also, makes it tougher for you-pudding to track this, though. Like, you-pudding probably knows there's some movement, but he doesn't know with 100% certainty on anything. And you-pudding will go for man-at-arms and move forward. DuDuZhu will go for man-at-arms and move forward. And DuDuZhu doesn't know the wood line's being taken here, but he should find it. You-pudding drops the house. Oh my god, right in the last seconds there. Didn't actually have vision on that, so I think he doesn't see the army anywhere. He thought it would be in the middle, and he knew he needed to wall that up quickly and got it down at the perfect timing. But guys, longsword's on the way. Longsword's on the way. Okay, remember, buildings on cracked terrain, which is this entire starting island, receive more bonus damage from buildings. You combine that with potentially being able to get arson and feudal age, and longsword could just nuke everything here. I've heard some people talk about this. Now, he's only on 3 longswords. That's expensive to get to. I think he's saving for arson right now. I mean, he didn't make another unit yet, so that would make sense. Now, he is towered here. This is a tower that doesn't look that helpful long-term, but DuDuZhu's not playing long-term. DuDuZhu's playing to kill fast. You-pudding is going galleys, actually. Wow, so he's going a lot of wood investment into the water and is just repairing this right now. It's expensive. And I'm just double checking arson. I looked the wrong side. Arson's still not in, so he doesn't have the res for arson. You-pudding is held really well so far. Honestly, the fact that these units are just... Oh, never mind. He lost 2 vills. The house went down and he lost 2 vills. So, scratch that. Long swords and scout now move this way. You-pudding's in a panic. You-pudding will drop a tower now to protect this gold. Expecting an archer follow-up or just maybe needing some defense for this. I mean, is that tower within range of the TC here? Because if it's not, more villagers could die. And DuDuZhu kills another vill. Dude, longswords are insane. They barely need to touch you and they'll kill your vills. And DuDuZhu is actually going all the way out here. He's sneaking to the middle, which no one does. That's crazy. That is so cool, dude. That is so cool that he's gone to the middle. Because you-pudding has moved out here, and you-pudding hasn't seen crap. He's like, what is this guy doing? He's normal. He should be here. Damn. Well, you-pudding's having some big problems right now. He's already housed. He's going to need to build another house. He has to micro his galleys. Microing galleys is tough when you have everything else going on. He does have the other galleys coming in. Ragnarok, thank you so much for the 50 gifted subs. If I do not cast this game, everyone in my chat will call me blind. Thank you so much. Do have to focus on this. But that's insane, man. That's insane. DuDuZhu with a strong start just because of 3 units. And he does have some archers out to defend from the man-at-arms. This is messy. Idle TC time is starting to rise for both. Higher than they would ever usually have. DuDuZhu is just taking out houses with the longswords. It's so strong, man. It's so good. And you-pudding doesn't have archers. So honestly, if you're building houses, he loses another vill. If you're building houses, it should be underneath your TC right now, probably. He does have the galleys. Like, is there enough galleys? And can you micro good enough for this to be worth it against the fires? DuDuZhu housed again. Archers will clear out the man-at-arms. He needs another house. Looks like he built it somewhere. What you-pudding could have soon is the fish control, perhaps. Still no archer range. This is messy. There's certain players, guys, they bring you down to their level. You want a clean game, and they're just like, yeah, that's just not possible. You have to embrace the chaos, and you have to roll through it. And so I've watched and I've played a decent amount of games against both of these two. You-pudding does not like the messy chaos style all that well. He likes that structured game plan. Like, how many houses has he been losing to these longswords here? Crazy amount of houses. But DuDuZhu should lose all of the fish. You-pudding's galley's finally paying off. He has just been trying to ignore these longswords. He'll have to try and ignore the archers as well. I think DuDuZhu knows about this. Oh, wait a second. DuDuZhu doesn't know about the wood line here. So kind of similar circumstances to the sneak out here from DuDuZhu. Like, obviously, if you-pudding gets spotted here, he could be under a lot of pressure. He's just adding fish right now. He has not added any archers. He has not added any skirms. And he'll try and drop a market here. Market that might not end up staying up here. And he wants to click up to Castle Age. But that market is going down pretty quickly here, so you might not have that soon. I like the play from DuDuZhu. Just use the longswords to destroy the buildings. And yeah, ultimately just give up on water now. There's no sense in using it. Or fighting for it anymore. What does you-pudding do in Castle Age? I guess he's going to try and make archers now. So he does have a range, but DuDuZhu's up. And look at the farming eco, guys. So he might not have fish, but he's got the farms. Really balanced game because the person without the farms also has the fish. Not having that market, though, will be painful when you want to balance out your resources. And there is no easy way for you-pudding to use his navy to hit these villagers now. These villagers can always move. Ooh, and the wood line's been found. So wood line's been found. Archer will be here. That's already enough harassment where I think you-pudding would want to buy a tower, but he can't buy a tower because he just lost the market. You would always see him buy a tower right there. He can't do it. And the archers are on the way, and DuDuZhu's brought a vill the entire distance and will build a tower there, and the archers are here. You-pudding's in a really bad spot. Like a really bad spot. I mean, also, he only has one archer. Like, he doesn't have enough army to ever clear this. The archer range is going down. These longswords have dealt 8,000 damage in this game, guys. 8,000. That is to houses. That is to the market. That is to the palisades. That's to the archer range. Like, the list goes on. I think you-pudding needed, like, really needs knights. Or something that's, like, really tanky. Elephants, even. A couple elephants to try and deal with this would feel like a good play. He does get enough stone and wood to drop a town center here. And the town center will actually complete and be able to shoot down that tower. But it's DuDuZhu. So, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to drop a siege workshop now. So, siege workshop's on the way. You-pudding shook right now. He made one elephant archer. Loses the archer range. Has a second elephant archer now. Not a horrible unit to go for. Alright, so here's the thing, chat. If DuDuZhu could open like this and learn to just settle and boom, meaning second TC, third TC, I think he wins so many more games. But he doesn't know how to relax. He's never learned the way to relax. And so there's a chance that he continues to focus so heavily on the aggro that maybe you-pudding can stabilize. I mean, you-pudding does have 12 fishing ships fishing very efficiently right now. He's got a lot of safe eco. But, I mean, he's going to be pressured here. And this is a problem. Like, this is a real big problem. I mean, this is even a problem. There's just too many problems to count for you-pudding. And too many areas to keep up with. And he's not keeping up with this. He's not realizing this. He's not realizing this at all. Maybe because he's looking over here. But the whole stone is being massacred right now. And also, these galleys here killed 3 villagers. So wherever those villagers were that were just idle, they're going to have to stay in the middle for now. Another market from Youpudding. He's like, this one's safe because I have it near the shoreline where I can have my navy. And elephant archers are here now to deal with just a couple crossbows. DuDuZhu built the church here too. Church and siege workshop, making life extremely awkward for Youpudding. What a game already. This is crazy. Where is this Phil going? Where is this Phil going? Where is this Phil going? He's misclicked his rally point and he doesn't realize. Freaking DuDuZhu. DuDuZhu's villagers are like trained that they're gonna go forward at some point in their lives. Like before you can become a man, you have to go to the enemy base as a DuDuZhu Vil. And it just strolls by. I mean, has the Vils there now. I don't think that was necessarily part of the plan. Manganella's been found. Villager gets the kill. Maybe the crossbows did, but yeah, right now DuDuZhu's like, oh shoot, I misclicked all my Vils forward. Okay, I gotta fix that. What in the world? That's why he sent the Vil, I guess. Monk is here to get a conversion. Siege is here. Crossbows are still here. Still no second TC for DuDuZhu. Villagers have been getting hit by this galley too, so he's got a lot of idols that he's not realizing because he's so fixated on the micro. Youpudding's holding on. I mean, the TC's not actually being pressured by the siege. He's still able to take some wood. The monk now is going to... well, do nothing really, but I mean, that's fine for DuDuZhu. He kills the galleys. This is such a chaotic game. It's wild because we continually see Youpudding add fish. We are 20 minutes into the game and Youpudding's got an hour of idle time. And DuDuZhu has 40 minutes. Oh, it's so funny, dude. Oh, God. He's still sending Vils to the outside. The galleys are getting Vil kills. Like, come on, man. He can't chill. He's so focused on the fight. Oh, it's so wild. I mean, the galleys being here is a really good call from Youpudding. DuDuZhu still, like, keeping an eye on Youpudding here. And he's not siege pushing the TC, which is the thing that I think he really needs to actually do. Oh, the monk doesn't get a conversion, which is a bummer. He does have some knights. He does have some crossbows. He does have some skirms. The knights will die for the mangonel. They'll get it. And these elephants, which are pretty weak now, need to back up. Youpudding is still adding fish everywhere. Like, look at him dock in all these different areas. Crazy amount of fish. But, like, bro, you need map. I don't know how exactly you get it, but you're going to need it. I think the best thing Youpudding can do is send villagers from the starting TC right now and send them like over here and just drop a TC. I don't know how you get the res for a TC, but I think a TC anywhere but here, and then DuDuZhu has another target. DuDuZhu has found some of the fish. He did add a fire galley, but the dock is going to start to go down, so I don't think he can do that realistically. And second TC from DuDuZhu. Finally. Now, do I agree with its location? Absolutely not. I think these villagers should have built it out here. But the guy doesn't have time. He doesn't give his opponent time to think, and he doesn't have enough time for himself to think. And that's what makes it fun. Props to Youpudding for holding on against this chaos. But the micro from DuDuZhu is top tier. The pressure is constant. It forces so many mistakes. Like, those villagers are pathing around to build that house. Mangonel is positioned very nicely, though. I gotta say. Additional dock from DuDuZhu. And he repaired this dock. Guys, there's not a lot of fires from Youpudding. All the fish could start to fall soon. Mangonel got focused down by the knights. Siege is back over here. Youpudding is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And DuDuZhu game one. I think he can take this now. He's dropping the third TC. The fire ships will win water so fast now if he can get the numbers out. I don't think Youpudding's able to notice it. Or even spend the res on it. Wonder Boy in chat says, DuDuZhu is a car chasing dogs. You meant to say a dog chasing cars. He says dog chasing cars. He wouldn't know what to do if he caught them. Yeah. It was like a little kid. As a little kid, did you ever like... This is a bit different, but as a little kid, did anyone ever try and run after a bird? Just, like, try and pick it up? Like, obviously we never caught it. But, like, we had no clue what was going to happen if we actually caught it. DuDuZhu gets the job done and wins the game. He's still behind an eco, but he's going to kill all the fish very, very quickly. What a chaotic game. I mean, the longsword strat was sick. The amount of value he only got from 3 longswords was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. And this was a sneaky spot from Youpudding. When he built the lumber camp out here, you're feeling good things for him because you're like, he'll never find this. But when DuDuZhu found it, he never let his opponent escape from it. He had this completely surrounded the entire time. That was fun to watch. I'm sure it wasn't fun to play. Now, what Youpudding did wrong, in my opinion, at least against this player and against the strat, he invested a little too heavily into water. I think the galley play, because you need so many of them before you win water, I think that really hurt. I would have liked to see him just play fast archer range. If anything, double archer range against Armenians makes a lot of sense. And then maybe a fire galley or two, but he leaned really heavily into the water. And the really heavy land play paid off for DuDuZhu. So, underdog takes the first game. Well played. KD was crazy. Eco ended up being better. Obviously, lots of idle time. And there's the speed, guys. There's the speed. I don't know what he was doing in this moment, but his military APM, you can tell he's looking at it half the time. He's focused and locked in. So let's go. We've got ourselves a series. All right, game 2. Game 2. So we just kind of wonder, will DuDuZhu be able to be super, super chaos on this map, or is Youpudding going to be able to settle it down? They're actually kind of off an angle here from each other and quite close. And so Youpudding having Vietnamese gives him that information here. Usually on Kilimanjaro, you're expecting that you would go up this hill this way and find the opponent on the other side. That'll obviously not be the case. So let me just first start with the Jurchens and what they would normally do. Like, Jurchens normally would probably open with scouts. They'd probably play into something like lancers or cav archers, and they're very good at that. And so that would be kind of the meta approach. I think DuDuZhu can do that. He's a skilled player who can absolutely play that way. However, Jurchens also have a couple wildcard fast castle strats if you wanted to go crazy. Fast castle lancer, fire lancer is definitely a play, combined with some siege. And then also you have the grenadier out of the archer range. So both of those things I've seen before. And so DuDuZhu's got options. I think all those options are adaptable for you if you're the Vietnamese, meaning that I don't think Youpudding needs to really be too worried about it. I mean, you have to be annoyed by that zebra right now. I hate it when this happens. There we go. But yeah, I think Youpudding can still play standard. He could still open with scouts. He could still transition into archers or cav archers. The eco's really good behind a scout build, so I think Youpudding will be fine. Now, looking at the map here, if there's going to be an all-in push, it is kind of nice for Youpudding. He's got this gold in the back. You don't always have that luxury. And like, DuDuZhu's golds are a bit more forward. This gold, I guess, could be considered in the back, depending on the angle you're getting pushed from. And even this little wood line back here, I just have a feeling, and I haven't seen these games, by the way. These are Rex. So if I call this was not scripted, but yeah, this little chunk of wood back here could be important if he gets pressured along the front. Yeah, expect Youpudding to go for scouts. Chat, I'm gonna drink some water here. Gotta be hydrating today. I'm drinking the container of water that during yesterday's stream, I promised myself that I would finish. And I only drank half of it. So, I came prepared for today, though. Alright, DuDuZhu 5 on wood and is walling right now. This is a fast castle. He could still do anything, but this feels fast castle-y to me. I feel like he wants to take this gold, Fast Castle, either Fire Lancers or Grenadiers. I actually think Fire Lancer is a better unit for it, which I might not have thought a month or so ago, but it's just because it costs wood, it costs gold, you're going to have a decent amount of wood and gold, and you only need a barracks for it. Whereas with the Grenadier, you at least have to make the archery range. You-pudding will go 19 pop, you-pudding will go to feudal, you-pudding will probably plan around scouts. But you don't want to make too many scouts against the Fire Lancers. But obviously, you're going to have a lot of time to potentially pressure here. Which civ is stronger here, in your opinion? I think it's pretty close. I think it's pretty close. I think I would like Vietnamese a little bit more because of the potential to make knights if you need to. Like, you're not going to go into the game thinking about making knights as Vietnamese. But if you have to, you can. Urchins can't. But both these civs I'm a big fan of here. Neither of them is like the tippity top of the civs that can be played on this map. But they probably didn't pick them to be their best civ on the day. Yeah, so you-pudding just investigating now. You-pudding, of course, no stranger to Fast Castle unique unit strats, right? Like, he's the one who really mastered the Sicilian one. Remember, DuDuZhu will be looking for you-pudding. He has no clue where he is, and he will be nowhere close to him right now. And DuDuZhu's clicked up. Like, there's no reason to be up this late if you're going feudal age. There's no reason. So this has to be some type of weird Fast Castle play. But I'm looking at the resources, and I just don't see it right now. But, like, it's so easy to have a clean uptime if you're going for feudal age play. It has to be. I think he's doing the math on the market and the blacksmith at the moment. Or maybe, like, the stable. Maybe he wants to go lancers. It's like, can you go something wacky and crazy 3 games in a best of 5? That's tough. You-pudding playing with structure, you-pudding playing with information now. It's probably like, why isn't he up yet? Why does he have a barracks? DuDuZhu's scout still hasn't found you-pudding. You might think he's up here still, because that'd be the more typical location. You-pudding will go for eco upgrades. We'll probably add a second scout. But we'll see how many he adds after that. Because the alarm bells could probably be ringing for him right now. Yeah, he sees the market. Okay, so now you know some crazy stuff's happening. Market archery range. This is going to be Grenadiers. This is the Phosphor Grenadiers build. And you-pudding should know this. You-pudding's very familiar with this. And because the Jurchen hunt doesn't decay at all, you can just get by with it. And basically, obviously, he's not taking any gold right now, which is how Phosphor does it. And then you sell your stone, and then you mine the gold on the way up. Do we like Grenadiers over Lancers? I do. Because Lancers are super costly, man. You're not going to have a lot of eco. Lancers are way more expensive. Scouts run through here. You-pudding would love a villager pick. Just one villager pick would make him happy. He's going to get it. You could argue that's avoidable for DuDuZhu, but also he's going to be sending it here big time. So he should be okay with just one last villager. No, lose another villager here. He loses another villager. That's a little sloppy right there. Gotta be critical of that one. These scouts are pretty weak. Again, DuDuZhu is a talented player. Could just fight that back with Vills. I would stonewall the front of my base if I'm you-pudding. Like, your opponent's eco on these builds is crap, right? Compared to normal economy. You don't need extra town centers to win, necessarily, in my mind. Oh, can you-pudding get another one? Nope. Doesn't get it. Yeah, I would stonewall these areas that are palisade walled, personally. This is what we talked about, though. That back gold is super nice. You don't always get that. If both his golds were on the front, this would be a lot more difficult to defend. DuDuZhu does know where the opponent is, and will probably walk forward and build a siege workshop. That's what I'm assuming, just because the Vills are out here. Can someone tell me the Can someone remind me the cost of a Grenadier? Because they actually made it more expensive, but I think they made it more I forget if they made it more food or more gold. You might not remember this switch. But anyways, market is going to be used big time for this. Usually you need to have a little bit more on gold for this. 35 food, 65 gold. Yeah, so I think they upped the gold cost. I mean, imagine if you-pudding had a stone wall here, a stone wall here, a couple stone walls on the front, and then all house walls and a stone wall here. Like, he would still have 130 stone left for a tower or a TC. Grenadiers are on the way with their dangly bombs. And they're ready to go. But no siege workshop. So it's just going to be the Grenadiers. Yeah, now he thinks about the Stonewall. Now it comes to mind. Might be a little too late. You buy yourself 2 minutes against this, you could probably beat it. But if you only have an extra 30 seconds, it could be a problem. Nice micro from you-pudding, actually. This is still going to be worth it for him. And actually, it gives him time to stonewall the other areas. That's really good work. It's actually worth it to lose a vill or two here, in my opinion. Just to get more HP on the stone walls. Because you're saving the rest of your people. But this gets dangerous now. And now the house can go down very quickly. These Grenadiers are on the hill. And look how fast they take down the houses. You need walls behind now if you're you-pudding. That or a tower or something. What's he going to make, by the way? Is he going to make knights against this? He's getting bloodlines now. He's making another stable. So I guess the plan is to make some knights. Spearman was deleted? He got housed and he deleted his spearman. He's like, I need more Grenadiers. Don't need the spearman. Elephants. Elephants would be interesting. You can't make as many of them. Elephants might be a good call, though. DuDuZhu, adding farms, adding actual economy. This is not like no vill production. So he is using the market. Market plays a big role, but this is still kind of working out for him. I think you-pudding had a lot of time to know this was coming. Didn't seem like he was really properly ready for this. He's going to try knights, but these Grenadiers are bombing away right now. They're idling the eco. This would be where a monastery on the front would be super good for DuDuZhu. But he loses a Grenadier to the TC. He also has this Grenadier here that could be picked off by some knights. You-pudding runs away for a second. He's waiting. And he's trying to trap this army so it can't reinforce. It's a new unit, guys. The devs have, shall we say, gotten a little bit more creative. Looked a little deeper into the idea booklet to get this guy. And they're pretty damn strong. Lots of damage output. Splash damage as well. This is against knights. But is it enough damage? You-pudding, especially if he could save the weak knights here, would be very happy with this situation. But I think he just wants to get rid of this. And he does actually get rid of it. Imagine if you-pudding could save these weak ones and heal them up with a monastery. You-pudding holds. And so for anyone who is like, damn, these Grenadiers are strong. They're also weak at the same time. It's a glass cannon, man. Also, mods, could I have someone update the title of the stream if it's not updated already? Considering we're in another series, just literally same title. You know, player names. I don't know if I'm getting one guide. That would be nice. You-pudding holds. Only lost two. Actually, didn't lose any villagers. Didn't lose a single villager. Had some idle time, but that's fine. And now he's got knights moving forward, and now we've got the Fire Lancers getting mixed in. The Fire Lancers, a good addition here. And again, very good for the Jurchens. So now, actually, I think you-pudding could consider just playing... if he wants to play full army, he could play Cav Archers, but I'm not really seeing the eco setup for it. He's got a lot on food and a lot on gold. So Knights and Monks feels like the more natural play. And just rotating those weak knights back to heal up. Monks are getting ready. But there's going to be a lot of weak units. I would avoid this and try and get into this wood line. If you know that wood line's there and he's just going to march forward, get 1 or 2 units. That's how you undo players like DuDuZhu or any type of all-in. They always want to march forward, and marching forward is their strength. I think having a couple monks in the mix will be really valuable for conversions here, though. So it's not just the healing, but the conversions to be very nice. A well played to you-pudding. Clean eco. Lots of farms. He does have one knight. I think just patrolling to catch out the reinforcements there. And DuDuZhu comes marching in. And knight ends up getting caught, but there's actually too big of an army to deal with here. The knight will get the kill and get away. Ooh, sick. Okay, this TC just makes me want to scream. So allow me to rant for 30 seconds. DuDuZhu, you're such a good player. I love the fact that you go all in and stuff, but it's just these simple things that you could fix. You're TCing 6 trees. You can go to the hill, build an outpost, get some vision. There's a big hill with stone and gold and wood, and a TC's horrible. Big fight. There's obviously a lot going on. The Grenadiers are melting the knights, but the Grenadiers are also melting to the knights. Honestly, a lot of knights are going down, but you-pudding finally gets through. Again, it becomes important how many weak ones can he save here. And that's going to be key. Will lose some knights, but he backs away there. Yeah, those monks are healing up. Those knights will be brand new. And the Grenadiers don't have the Lancer support. The Grenadiers don't have the numbers. You-pudding is holding. You-pudding is adding the second town center now. He brings back another weak knight. Oh, you-pudding's looking real good now. And DuDuZhu, he's just run out of gold in the back of his base. He's had to come to this gold. So you know you-pudding is going to focus on this now. I would have even preferred that as a second TC over this, but I guess he needed some wood lines. Monks were a huge call. Knights were a good move for you-pudding. A T90, are Grenadiers affected by ballistics? Yeah, they are affected by ballistics. So it's an upgrade you could get, but the nature of the builds and the nature of the situation is ballistics feels really... ballistics just doesn't feel very doable right now. I mean, again, he does have some eco, but I think this is now shifted into more of a boom game. And he might need to add his own monks, if anything, defensively. Monks against this many knights would make sense, but that, with no monks and only 4 or 5 Grenadiers, 11 knights is looking pretty damn strong. Yeah, crossbows are decent against Grenadiers because you have the range, but the Grenadiers do so much damage, archers can die to them too. And the knights get to the wood line, the knights come in from the top of the hill, and the knights slaughter the villagers. And you-pudding, for the first time really in the series, has taken some control back, and you-pudding responds well. And well played. I mean, with that build, so often, the second you lose that first group of Grenadiers, you tend to struggle. You-pudding going double stable knights against that was really smart. Stone walls could have maybe come earlier. That's something to learn from, but he did add the stone walls anyways. And yeah, nice adaptability there. I liked how you-pudding got the 2 villager kills in Feudal Age. I love the healing he did. I wish Capture Age would tell me, but I want to be able to look at a monk and see how much HP it healed. That would be an amazing feature for Capture Age. Maybe I have to speak to them on, see if we can get something done there. But just really valuable engagements. 33 kills, 11 units lost. And he had 6,965 food eco against 4,998. So like 2,000 more food eco. Because DuDuZhu was using the market a lot. So game 3, we've got Shoals. Which, considering DuDuZhu's style so far in this series, I am very surprised that he has picked this as a home map. Like, his tendency to be super aggressive just does not necessarily click with this map. So he's probably going to try to show another extreme. Just because he's extremely aggressive doesn't mean he can also be extremely defensive. He goes for the Turks. Now, I happen to know that in the past, Niaz and DuDuZhu have trained together. And both of these guys have usually been around 2,200, 2,300 elo. Both these players are younger. And I remember the only other player that played Turks on this map was Niaz. So I'm just going to guess. I don't know if Niaz is out there watching. I'm interested to find this stuff out afterwards. But I'm just going to guess that these two trained together again. Because they had done so in prior tournaments. So I mean, Turks worked well for Niaz when he played it. You had to make it to the gold and lock down a lot of gold. But if you have a lot of gold with the Turks and you get to late game, the bombard cannons and the cannon galleons with the water as well are extremely strong. The issue for the Turks is just getting there, really. Like, Malay are one of the best economic civs on this map, not only because it incorporates the water, and Malay are a great naval civ, but just because it incorporates the boom, the eco at home. Advancing faster to the next stage equates to less time or more time producing villagers and less time researching. So you're guaranteed to have a vill lead, and then you're guaranteed probably to get to Castle Age, no problem, unless DuDuZhu does something crazy. So I actually, like, I've seen Turks work before, but DuDuZhu, I think he needs to play Lycav or something in Castle Age and, like, really surprise you-pudding. I feel like you-pudding's eco is going to be so much easier to manage here. My favorite civs on this map, in terms of the best civs, like the straight up the best civs, I think you've got Italians, Malay. The more I think about it, the more I actually really like a civ like Persians. I like Dravidians. Lithuanians. I don't love Byzantines. I know why I think you guys are saying Byzantines, but the lack of eco bonuses hurts. I would even say, like, no one's been playing Wu here. Oh, Shu is really good too. Wu and Shu could work. I mean, and then you get into, like, okay, the Turks, maybe the Byzantines. Hindustanis are an interesting one. Just still thinking a little bit more on this. I don't hate Bohemians or Portuguese. You know, you get down to the list, Turks are somewhere in there. And Turks do have an eco bonus. They do mine gold a little bit faster, so, but you want to get this gold. And that's never easy. Chat, if you hear a noise of something disconnecting from a computer, that is me. Okay? Not you. I don't think you will? Okay. I've been charging my mouse for the last hour because my mouse died right when we started the stream today. So nice little walls here from you-pudding. Gold situation's not ideal for either. This is normally how it works. This gold's probably the easier gold to take. This gold's beyond his walls. He'll probably leave for later. He is fishing a decent amount and not underneath the sea tower. And DuDuZhu is underneath the sea tower, which tells me this will definitely be a fast castle. You-pudding's dock position makes me think it might not be. Evolution, thank you, man. This is sorry to hear about the cheating scale of T90. I'm glad this has been banned. We'll be punished. Keep up the good work. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, feedback's been really good on that. I appreciate it. It's been crappy in a bunch of different ways in that regard, and I don't think we all deserve to go through it, but it happened, and we just got to move forward, as you said. T90, how do you do hotkeys for selecting buildings? I have small sausage fingers, and pressing, for example, Control-Alt-B to select all barracks is a lot. Is there a better way to do that? I made a video once. It's called How to Play Age of Empires with Small Sausage Fingers. So I would search for that. It actually tells you everything. No, I'm just kidding. I never made that video. So you're having trouble with Control, Alt, and B. I mean, that's a really weird combo for me too, dude. I couldn't even do that. I have some weird tendencies. I have, like, decently sized hands, I suppose. So I don't have sausage fingers, but, like, I have a weird thing where when I press Control, I press it with my thumb, and I press 1 and 2 and 3 with my pointer finger. I can't use my pinky for anything. Partially because of a wrist issue, but also because I think because of the wrist issue, that's how I learned. So, like, I don't ever go above 4 control groups because I press Control with my thumb. I'm not the only one. Apparently Margugu does this as well, and other players just learn that way. It's a bad habit. So, anyways, I would definitely change that. For me, when I have select all buildings, I use Shift. So my barracks is Q, my stable is W, my archer range is E. No. My archer range is W, my stable is E. So for all barracks, it's Shift Q. Shift Q, and then I selecting all my barracks, and then Shift W, all archer ranges. Shift E is all stables. So you can, I would customize that. I would just make the change to what's comfortable and try not to have an overlap with other things. Your thumb goes under your hand, or are you playing your keyboard vertical? Yeah, my thumb goes under my hand to do that. It's really weird. It's really inefficient. But I can't use my pinky because my wrist, if I turn my hand to the side, my wrist feels a sharp pain because I broke my arm back in the day. So really weird quirk for me. You-pudding's in feudal already, by the way. Has galleys. And his plan with these galleys is just to park these galleys in a position where once this food is gone, DuDuZhu can't take anything. Which is a really smart play, in my opinion. You don't need... So many people have been going up to like 6 galleys to kill the fish. You don't actually have to do that. You can kill the fish later. You just have to deny them. Food is going to be gone. And you-pudding is adding fish nonstop behind this. He's also still actually trying to push in a deer, which is kind of wild. The scouts might end up fighting here. And I love the economic decisions here from you-pudding. I love the walls. I love the structure. I love the melee. And now DuDuZhu can't fish, but he is adding the scouts. That is not something you-pudding has seen. He's walling because he has to respect that. But DuDuZhu will dive. You need to be fully walled here. Never just leave this open in front of the TC. Town centers are not good enough to trust that. And Scout's actually running through the middle now for DuDuZhu. I mean, the second you-pudding sees an additional Scout, he should be aware of this. So I actually don't love that DuDuZhu has all these different Scouts showing up now. But maybe he wants to get through, and can he get through? And there's no gaps. Yeah, he just wanted to go through right now, guys. You-pudding had enough time. That was actually really fast from DuDuZhu. He got enough time to get the walls down. Probably panicked a little bit. And now he's on the way to Castle Age. He's a minute behind to Castle Age after going fast feudal. That's just a ridiculous build from you-pudding. And now we'll add a couple more galleys. Like have upgrade is in for DuDuZhu. DuDuZhu will drop the second TC on the stone. So would not rule out a castle drop at some stage. Third TC as well. Now I would have really liked to see, if you have the light cab on this side, maybe you consider bringing the Vills and TCing this gold. I feel like as Turks, it's worth it. But you're already so far behind in Vills, your food eco is going to struggle massively. So you want your advantage of being in Castle Age faster to be the light cab for map control, but also TCs faster. So DuDuZhu is fishing again, so that's nice. We will see a couple fire galleys here from you-pudding as he will actually probably dive the tower. And still playing very solid with the defense here. Still doesn't have the second town center, though. And he might be paranoid that he's going to be chased down or siege pushed on this side. Because remember, he can't take this gold. He has no land army. This scout's trying to get back home. And the difference in economy is pretty significant right now. But that should change because DuDuZhu's on 3 TCs. And it's only 1 for you-pudding. That will also change because the fish for DuDuZhu will be taken down. The tower will go down, and then all the buildings along the front can also be ranged by the war galleys. So that will definitely be a big deal. Crazy that you-pudding hasn't lost a unit, and that you-pudding was able to save this scout. That's crazy. So patient, man. So patient. He'll just chill underneath the tower. We'll run out of gold, but he's adding some spears now. If anything, I'd say you-pudding is maybe a little late to the second TC. Because the resources are there. But if he gets pikemen out, the light cab will no longer be a massive threat. And sea tower will be taken out. Fish won't be a factor for DuDuZhu. And he will lose his dock. And then this will hurt. You'll lose your stables. You'll lose your barracks. You'll lose your houses over time. Really hard to count on that. It's the frustrating aspect of building your stable here. Is one of those things that I think the very best players will actually foresee. Because it's important to have your buildings a bit further back. Now the second TC for Youpudding on the stone. And spears are going to be moving out in a second. He's kind of hiding them, so DuDuZhu doesn't know it's coming yet. The game is very close economically. Props from DuDuZhu. Like, 3 TCs came up right away. He's on stone. He's got the map control, so he's got time to maybe bring the Vils and build the TC over here. And then you have 4 TCs and one's on the gold as Turks. We had a lot of Prime subs come in the last couple moments and a couple resubs. Thank you, guys. My favorite username that just subscribed. Brand new subs. Farting Hadoukens. Thank you so much for that. That really makes me feel appreciated. Also, Muffin, thank you. Lam. Rabid. Jubin, thank you so much, guys. Can you imagine if you were Khmer here? And you could put, like, spears in houses or something? Hop in and out the other side with the pikes would be so sick. I think DuDuZhu sees this. Transport ship from Youpudding. Is he gonna drop a castle on DuDuZhu's face? Why would he go transport? I mean, you can't actually walk through the middle. That obviously takes a lot of time. Scout for Youpudding's going for that monk. He's going for that monk, but it's getting healed by the other monk. No, DuDuZhu's gonna lose both monks. That was sick from Youpudding. He realized which one was being converted. By the way, Youpudding has not lost a single unit. Just in case you guys weren't keeping track. He has not lost a single unit. Wait, did I say DuDuZhu or did I say Youpudding? I forget what I said. What I meant to say, regardless, was Youpudding. And he is going to transport the villagers and the pikes through the middle of the map. And he says, forget about the gold. Okay, he did just lose his scout. He wants to go for the main eco. This could rattle DuDuZhu, who doesn't have enough stone for a castle. There's nothing he can do to stop it. So, here goes Youpudding. There's the castle. Finally, it's going up, and DuDuZhu is going to be like, I mean, this was supposed to be your safe eco. This is supposed to be the area you're going to castle. So now, you might not castle the sides. Might need to castle at home. I mean, deletes the farms. You don't want any farmers underneath this castle. That's a good play. Using this TC for wheelbarrow and not villagers makes sense. I would say a defensive castle is good, but you got to be really concerned about the imp time from the Malay. Having said that, the resources aren't quite there for Youpudding to be able to go imp. This feels like rams and karambits. Yeah, he's massing more karambits. He's making rams. He wants to push here. A very DuDuZhu thing would be to bring the Vils on the side. Oh, he's going to freaking do it. He's going to castle drop Youpudding now. With 5 Vils. 6 Vils. That's just so DuDuZhu. Like, I was just thinking about the potential. He wants counterattacks, right? No, and now there's a... Bro, now there's a TC here. You could be castling that. He's going to castle here. I mean, he wants some counter damage. He wants a forward castle. Youpudding is very little defense at home. He's going to castle with those 6 Vils. Does Youpudding see it? Youpudding has no clue, so that'll go up. The rams are out. The karambits are going to be in. We have cav archers now from DuDuZhu in defense. And Youpudding is bringing the karambits and the rams over to the TC. Which is kind of brilliant. Is kind of brilliant. Because like, right now, DuDuZhu's building up everything here to defend from an inevitable push. But that's not where the push is coming. The push is coming here. And now you just take DuDuZhu off the gold. Also, an outpost here from Youpudding. He will see if DuDuZhu makes a run for the other gold. But, I mean, DuDuZhu will have this gold. And there's the castle up. And a couple Janissaries. Youpudding will have big problems here. What a crazy game. Okay, there go the Vils right now. There go the Vils. That's the right play from DuDuZhu. Just get out before this gets worse. Get to the golds. Get a TC up. If you're going to lose this one, you have to do it. This castle being up, I still don't know if Youpudding's aware. I'm seeing villager movement now, so I think he is. And the cav archers from DuDuZhu are abandoning the base. He's defending with the Mangonel. He is on the way to the Imperial Age. I mean, if he makes it to Imp and can make Trebs and can make Bombard Cannons and can maybe get on the water eventually, I think this is maybe a little early, but I mean, there's potential here. Vilcount's very close. He's got 2 relics, more resources collected than you-pudding. But you-pudding's got all this gold right now. You-pudding just kind of needs to make up his mind. It's really cool that he came over here to take this TC, but where's your army gonna go, dude? Is your army going after a castle? Is it going after a TC? Like, what's the plan? And by the way, this TC, that might not go up. And then the Cav Archers can run right in. We'll see if DuDuZhu can notice that. He has this to look at right now. Karambits are diving. Karambits are going for raids into the back of the eco. It's pretty messy back here if the Karambits can get into the back. But a lot are dying to the TC. DuDuZhu sees this TC. DuDuZhu's denying that TC. DuDuZhu's ram pushing with Janissaries right now. The TC is going down for you-pudding. The Karambits and the Pikemen and the Scorpions have come over here now to pressure the gold. The Cav Archers are now in the back of the farming eco. This is complete chaos as advertised. And you-pudding would never play like this. I think he's doing it because it's DuDuZhu. This is what DuDuZhu does to you. Karambits into the woodline. Villagers getting massacred. Still no rams here for this TC. Still no scorpions here for the Cav Archers. TC's still not completed. TC's down here for you-pudding. You-pudding's still not going to be imp. DuDuZhu with a defensive tower now. I don't know if you-pudding will have any siege for the TCs. I mean, you always want to prefer the imp player if they can make siege. There will be a bombard cannon from somewhere for... Okay, bombard cannon on the front from DuDuZhu, of course. Cav Archers get pushed away. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is a classic! You-pudding is like, I don't care what else happens. You will not have this gold. You just will not. And DuDuZhu's trying a tower. Tower isn't it. Tower won't work. He deletes that now. There is still this gold income for DuDuZhu and the 2 relics, but the 2 relics are now gone. Oh my god, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Any gold unit that DuDuZhu has is so valuable right now. He just lost all his CA. His hand cannons that are coming out could die to the castle fire. His bombard cannon is probably not protected by much over here. But like, you-pudding's gonna lose his food and wood eco here. And he needs an army to deal with this. And I don't know if Karambits is it. Maybe Karambits is it. Because you can afford to make them. And it's a good unit for chaotic situations, right? DuDuZhu wanted this gold. Karambits are spotting that. You-pudding is just super hard focused on the gold positions right now. This Mangonel did end up taking down a Janissary at least. Bombard cannon is still there. DuDuZhu is massing hand cannons right now. He's got some in the TC. He's got some in this range. Gunpowder's a good play, but he's having to sell all of his stone just to get the gold to do this. And the food eco is also kind of painful right now. Oh god, the Karambits come over. The Karambits come through the middle for the bombard cannon. Oh, and they can take the Janissaries as well. That's so good for you-pudding. That's so good. He just has so much pressure everywhere. Even Karambits and pikemen in the back. I mean, you either go imp or you just continue the chaos with the Karambits you-pudding. You've lost your starting TC, but you've still got some farming eco. He's still adding farms over here. He's coming over here for a TC2. This castle is actually going down to the defensive bombard cannon from DuDuZhu. Who again is 3 on gold. I don't even know where they are. I guess they're forward, obviously. But the Karambits have spotted that the villagers and hand cannons are over here. Still clinging to life. Still hoping for some golds. Damn, this is crazy. Okay, forward castle's gone. You-pudding probably just needs to go imp right now. I would say it's worth it, but he's queuing more vills and he's queuing more Karambits because he wants more army and he needs to take good fights constantly. He's actually bringing his Scorpions and his Rams. He's going right back for this TC. Crazy. A Janissary's here from DuDuZhu. He's lost track. They'll die to the TC fire, which really hurts. And you-puddin can be right back on that gold. Villagers for DuDuZhu take down the Ram. They're back inside the TC. More Karambits and more Rams are going this way. There's always still a potential that the push just goes right in. Cav archers have died. What is happening, dude? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. Like, I can't even follow it. I usually pride myself. Oh, look, we got a push from DuDuZhu on the right side now. DuDuZhu's going to take this side back. And you-puddin just drops another TC. But, like, normally I pride myself on the fact that I can cast a game, and if you're not watching, you probably have an idea of what's happening if you really think about it. But I really don't know if I can keep up with this one. Karambit's looping around back over to the right for you-puddin. He just wants the bombard cannon, but he's losing so many Karambits in the process. Karambits just tickle units, right? Especially with no attack upgrades. He doesn't even get it! He doesn't kill it! So, yeah, that's a problem. He still has a crap ton of Rams. He is on the way to Imp. He's on the way to Imp with this TC, which might be the only TC he has soon. There's then this area. He still wants the pressure from DuDuZhu. DuDuZhu is going to take the right side. Needs to bring Vills now. Needs to run and build a TC here with somebody. Maybe these 3 forward Vills. DuDuZhu's still trying to pressure the starting eco as well. Just complete chaos. But 35 villager lead for you-puddin. There's more villagers on gold. And will be imp in 40 seconds. Has water control. All these things matter a lot. And he's just clinging to life over here. He's hoping that just holding on to this for as long as possible is enough. And who knows what'll happen over here. I mean, could easily trebuchet this in a moment. Guys, he's got a lot of Rams. He also we have a siege tower from you-puddin. He is currently ramming that hand cannon's crotch. That must have hurt, but the Karambits hurt more than that somehow. And yeah, I mean, Rams will soak up some of the gunpowder. TC over here is down. These Vills will die. DuDuZhu will get a TC up on the golds. Karambits get the armor for free. Would love to see the capped Ram upgrade. Oh god, you-puddin's evacuating here. He's losing this TC now. Oh, he's got to migrate to this corner. Oh my god, Karambit's into the wood line now. We are 40 minutes into the game, and we've got 3 hours of idle time for both. And now you-puddin is running to this corner. But now he's castling here. Bro. Like, if this is the first time you're seeing this map, this is not really normal. This is crazy. And now a castle from DuDuZhu. No! No, bro. I mean, actually, yes. Yes, do it. Do it, DuDuZhu. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. He has so many Vills. You-puddings will go up as well, though. So this is an off-limits, no gold area. No gold until the construction finishes. And so that means that DuDuZhu is more on gold now. Well, kind of. Sort of. Not really. Just don't mind me walking through your base. Just passing. I don't know where on earth you-pudding is going, but these villagers have walked all around the freaking planet. By the way, Siege Workshop's still there. Like, random Rams could still hop out and start taking down buildings. I just saw the Sappers upgrade come in from DuDuZhu. Is he gonna Vill Rush the castle down? No one ever gets Murder Holes at this level. No one ever gets Sappers at this level. If he tries to go for the castle, Sappers is actually a huge upgrade. Look how fast the castle's going down. And I'm sure there will be like a panic Murder Holes or something from you-puddin, but it's going to be too late. That castle's already halfway down, and the Treb is there too. What on earth is this? Siege Workshop is still up. You-puddin is mining more gold right now. It's not completely off limits, like I said. This is chaos. Bombard cannons and trebuchets unprotected down here. Karambit warriors will find it. Okay, Karambit warriors should get the kill. We have Elite Skirm now for you-pudding. That's a good upgrade. I'd like to see that combined with some Halb, though. I think against Hussars, Elite Skirm is only going to be so good. And it's actually, by that, I mean it's bad. And also, Karambits failed to get another Bombard Cannon kill. Forging would have saved you-pudding so many times. He has Forging in Q now. Trebuchet v Trebuchet here, but we have a Bombard Cannon from DuDuZhu. That's the difference between the Turks and the Malay. And he snipes the one Treb. He's still repairing his castle. He even quick walls so the Karambits can't get in close. And you-pudding... Oh, he didn't hit that? How did he not hit that? It looked like he hit that. I think the Treb might have hit the house. Okay, Bombard Cannon down. Treb down, though. Hussars are in here. Hand Cannons are in here. We still don't have Elite Skirm for you-pudding. And I think he's losing control over this game. I know he's losing control over this game. But what he does have is the classic Siege Tower. 4 capped ram push with 0 actual military support. Here we go. Big attack. Big move. Honestly, DuDuZhu's like, what? Is there an army coming with that? He probably has no clue. Castle still stands over here for DuDuZhu. TC still over here for DuDuZhu. 50 on food for DuDuZhu. Hussars can come clear this. This will get dealt with. Crazy game. Crazy game. But guys, like, you-pudding's chaos has only made DuDuZhu stronger. The last thing you want to do against this guy is go forward castle, because then he's gonna forward castle you. It's gonna become like 16 different fights in 16 different areas. It's gonna be ridiculous. You-pudding is over booming. He doesn't realize he's got 154 vills with 11 more in queue. So when in these chaotic games, you can't focus on those details. You're just like, make army, make vills, make army, make vills. And he doesn't realize he's got too many, maybe. And the real issue now is just the wrong type of army. He's stuck on Skirm and Karambit, and that's not good enough. DuDuZhu has consistently punched above his weight in tournaments. I don't know. I don't believe that he's 2050 elo right now. I think he's really a 2300 elo player. I don't know how in the world he lost 300 elo, but either way, he would be a big underdog. And he's about to go 2-1 up here against you-pudding. The Hussars are here. The Trebs go down. DuDuZhu will have all the gold as the Turks. And, I mean... There's just not enough for you-pudding. You-pudding will look at his pop right now. He'll see his pop, and he'll see a 190 pop, and he'll never want to resign with that, which is completely fair. But this is going to be tough. With no golds, DuDuZhu's got a great spot here. No stone, really, either. I don't know where he's mining stone, but there's not a lot left, I'm sure. DuDuZhu getting artillery now, so the Bombard Cannon range will be higher. The Bombard Cannons are on the way. The Rams have been taken care of by the Hussars. Relics are coming back home for DuDuZhu. A banger of a game. And you-pudding cannot believe his luck that he got matched against this guy. Sappers was a great call. Yeah, Sappers was a crazy call, man. I mean, I think other things that happened earlier in the game were more valuable than that, but that was a really cool moment there. Probably would have taken down the castle anyways with just Trebs. But Sappers was faster than Trebs. That many vills. Yeah, I don't think there's a chance to try and get into Force Levy now. 850 food and 500 gold seems pretty unrealistic with the current resources. And then you have to spend the time to work your way from Man-at-Arms to Two-Handed Swordsman. It's a good upgrade in the games with no gold. But Two-Handed Swordsmen aren't actually that great against Gunpowder or Hussar. Your units just get completely stomped now. Yeah, casual Bombard Cannon, just walking through, die into a sea tower. That's the only good thing that's happened for you-pudding the last minute. And, yeah, he's slowly coming to the realization that DuDuZhu has held on here. Down like 30 vills at a certain point. Like, you-pudding still collected more resources. That's slowly changing, but you-pudding will definitely regret the castle on the front, I think. I think if you were to ask him, he would say, maybe I didn't need the castle there. Maybe I could have just castled the side and played towards the gold. But, I mean, I didn't hate the forward castle. I thought the forward castle was good. I even thought bringing the stuff over here was good. But you know, like, what probably gave DuDuZhu his best chances in this game was he had an attacker's mindset. So, like, let's go back to it, right? Look at this position. Right now, you have no water. You're in the darkness. You have no map control. Your opponent is going to push you. 90% of people in my chat, when they're about to be pushed, think, well, A, I need gunpowder because there's going to be karambits. And B, I probably just don't want to lose my TCs, right? So you maybe delete these 2 farms and you build a castle here with that stone. DuDuZhu says, why would I do that? Then I'm still behind. Let's take a freaking risk. And with my 6 villagers, which are supposed to be mining gold, I am going to drop a forward castle. This castle, in my opinion, was the best play of the game for him. I mean, because then, you know, it created some chaos, right? And then he was pushing here, and you-pudding had to react to that, and then it just, you know, everything unraveled from there. It was a crazy game. My God. That is wild. So, that's been the theme. DuDuZhu, find some craziness. For those that missed game number 1, it was also pretty crazy on evacuation. Ended up booming very nicely there, so he can do it. More food, more gold, more stone. You-pudding, the favorite, has to turn it up a notch now and find a game plan. All right, so game 2, game 4. What am I doing? We got game 4. You-pudding would have to win 2 straight. Reminder, loser goes into silver regardless. So they're in the 10K Silver League. Winner just has a chance. They go into a final series to potentially make it into gold. DuDuZhu's gone for the Georgians. And, I mean, really good civ here. It's one of the best civs here, in fact, because you can go for the early lumber with the free mule cart, and also you can move away from it if you have to, unlike a lumber camp. Remember, you can't build on the rocky terrain. Now, you-pudding's going to try something here. The scouts fight each other here. I think you-pudding is going to show a strat that people... I don't really know what he's doing. He's gone 1 house start. I thought it's meant instant barracks, but you do need the 2nd house at some point. He's going to build it now. Basically, guys, I think Sicilians was on the draft as a counter to some of the crazy man-at-arms plays we've seen, because you go for the donjon on your wood line, and you get a couple sergeants out. So that would be that's my guess. Why he picked Sicilians, but like Georgians, I don't think is a civilization that's ever going to do that crap against you. So you-pudding's at a disadvantage in that at least the donjon play isn't going to be available to counter the right idea here. Now, you-pudding, and I can't believe I forgot this. How could I not even bring this up? But you-pudding is known for this civ. This is his civ. This is the civ that, you know, he cooked up some strats with back in the day. So, I mean, that should be really good. But guys, DuDuZhu has brought his scout forward super early. He has stolen 3 sheep. He is camping this boar. He is making this so you-pudding is not going to have a whole lot of food here. I like it because you have such an easy start with the Georgians without any deer. Why not try and lane? But I would say here, maybe he needs to be careful. The TC's really close. And, yeah, he will not be able to stop that. But still, I mean, when you take in the boar early, you get less food from it because there's decay, right? And you didn't have as many vills on it. So that's what you-pudding did. And he's missing 300 food now. So I really think that you-pudding is going to have to turn around, try and push in some hunt. If he does even try and push in the hunt, I think DuDuZhu, since he has the stronger scout right now, could deny that. So I'm curious to see what you-pudding's going to do. Like, can he click up on time with this amount of food? He might be in big trouble. He doesn't seem to be urgently running home to push in deer or anything. I know I would be. And DuDuZhu also has a scout that regens. DuDuZhu is going to be very happy to take this fight. He has the HP lead. That's so bad for you-pudding because there's no elevation to change things either. Okay, this gets interesting because DuDuZhu is happy with how this has gone. He's going to try and push in deer for his own eco. But honestly, if he loses this game, think about if he would have just chased this scout and stopped this. Like, you-pudding barely has food. Like, barely. Like, he's going to be out immediately after. One more sheep steal there and he's screwed. But now he's able to get a little bit of extra help. And DuDuZhu's on the wood line. DuDuZhu will click up. Probably just scouts, by the way, but DuDuZhu does like his spears and skirms. Would not be shocked to see him come to the middle with vills. Spears, skirmishers, buildings on the front, towers. I do not think that you-pudding can do the you-pudding strategy here. Not enough food. But I still think the donjon is a good play. And back when he did the you-pudding, he wasn't able to build the donjon so early. It doesn't fire any arrows. It's very low HP in Dark Age, but the second you're in Feudal, you are actually able to... That's DuDuZhu can't help himself. You are actually able to produce the sergeants as well as the spearmen from it. T90, why don't pros kill the hunt with scouts? Is it a gentleman thing? No, it's not possible. Good question. If you weren't aware of that fact, it's not possible to use your scout to kill any hunt. You can use like spearmen though. Sometimes people will use spearmen to do that, but you have to make them first. Welcome guys. Hey T90, found you this year on YouTube. Good stuff. They finished watching Hidden Cup 1, currently working through Hidden Cup 2. Dude, the fact you're going back to the OGs is sick. Thank you so much, Coder. And thanks for being here. A lot of people don't go all the way back there. That makes me happy. So archer range for DuDuZhu, tower for him to protect this area, which would be the wood and the gold. It's going to be archer production. We do have some sergeants out from you-pudding. So is the you-pudding starting for you-pudding? Not really. Not really. I mean, this isn't anything like the videos I've made. It's a different situation, but two sergeants could harass a lot if he can get to the right spot. But it's tough. Both players have made it really difficult to damage the core of their eco, which is near that wood line. Only DuDuZhu's got the berries exposed, and then the gold is exposed for you-pudding. So that's the difference. DuDuZhu still on sheep. Hasn't needed to add farms. That's really nice. I assume he expects some shenanigans here. When you see you-pudding lurking around with your scout like that, and you haven't seen any other build at home, you just have to know there's going to be some sergeants out. What is nice for you-pudding is he was able to get horse collar, and the farms for Sicilians last a long time after that. But he had to choose between double bit axe and horse collar. I kind of like getting horse collar instead here, because otherwise, why are you even playing Sicilians? But he has to remember double bit. You can't not have that upgrade. But the food economy in the long term, and there's the upgrade now. The food economy in the long term is going to be amazing for knights, for more sergeants. Like, these farms have tons of food. And then DuDuZhu doesn't have horse collar, and he's also not Sicilian, so farms will expire at some time much earlier. I don't know. DuDuZhu's had a lot of eco to work with here. I would have really liked to see horse collar. Right now, he has moved forward, and he is going to attack the farms. Fun fact, if a farmer is in the midst of farming, and you attack the farmer will still work. But if you attack the farmer's farm, they don't work. That doesn't make any sense. If someone attacks my farm, I might stick around. If someone attacks me, I'm not going back to work. But that's how the game works. And so you can essentially idle these farms by just attacking them, and you-pudding is backed away now. And this is forced you-pudding into some army. It's a good way to punish someone for like just not making army. It is actually better to just attack the farms. But you have to manually do that, of course. But you-puddin can be right back on these farms in a second. He's been patient. He shows the skirm. Now the villagers can go back to the farms. His sergeants have run away for now. His scout is going to try and get away for now as well. 0 kills, 0 deaths. Both players playing very sharp right now. But you-puddin is not anywhere close to Castle Age compared to DuDuZhu. DuDuZhu's resources are looking better. Now, he doesn't have as much on food, so he's like collected all this food. Now his food count's dropping, but he could still probably click up a little bit faster. Yeah, DuDuZhu. I just love this player. He's so freaking fun, man. And I love you-puddin as well. I'm real excited that, I mean, I'd say it's possible that both will be in Silver League, because whoever wins this still has to win the next round to get to gold. And so maybe one person wins here and then that person loses, but super fun to see these guys compete. And it honestly seems like DuDuZhu's been able to flip the switch a little bit and play some clean games after some of the chaos. Man, so many new people showing up today. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. DuDuZhu moving in with his archers against skirms. Now, that's weird to me. I don't think you-puddin was even expecting that. Can't just help himself. Has to be aggressive. But, I mean, if you lose all your archers before Castle Age, that could be seen as a bad move here. And your scout is weak, so that's not going to help you against the skirms. And now the armor's in on the skirms. I think this is a big misplay. I think this is just a player who likes to be aggressive, taking it one step too far. Those archers needed to be saved, man. You knew your opponent was on skirms. I mean, he's probably just going to switch to knights now, and that could be fine. So, let's see. He's still making some archers at home. Yeah, this is... Oh, that's just rough. That's highly questionable. I think... There, maybe you're seeing just a bit of a lack of experience in these types of games. Though he is, I mean, doing what he can. He's really microing this. I would have just stopped. You-puddin's like, why are you still microing? Calm down. And you-puddin clicks up. You-puddin has walled this whole side with houses so far. So, you know, if any units come around, they're not going to be able to get to the gold. But obviously, units can still come this way. Now would be an opportunity for you-puddin to continue to make sergeants. Because sergeants become much stronger when they make it to Castle Age. And that's what he's doing. I think we'll see the armor upgrade as well for the sergeants. Man, DuDuZhu is playing crossbow, and he just lost those archers. I would really like to see knights here. Crossbow and knights could still be possible, though. He's going to be faster to Castle Age. Don't really agree he was buying himself time with that. I mean... This army doesn't do a lot of damage to you. You have a tower here. It's definitely wasteful, but the faster Castle Age is still really, really good. And now DuDuZhu will make it up. DuDuZhu will go for crossbow. He'll go for bodkin. He'll add the church. That increases the work rate around it. Only for the Georgians, so that's good. Imagine if this was like 13 crossbows instead of 8. And you-puddin skirmishers immediately get a snipe. Damn, that was crazy. That was right before the upgrades. And you-puddin just giving himself some time. Does he have a barracks at all? I find it really annoying when I play sergeants that I have to build a barracks then to get squires. But I feel like these sergeants are painfully slow without it. They're even slow with squires. He's actually just going to play elite skirm now, and man, is he playing patient. Just waiting. Taking his time. Taking his time. Sergeants are just standing there, just chilling, taking a smoke break. No reason to panic. I wish I was a player. You watch my gameplay, you're like, yeah, he's chill right now. He might not be chill, but he certainly looks chill. And Elite Skirm's going to be in it. Now DuDuZhu's diving, and DuDuZhu's like... I don't know what exactly he was expecting there. Opponent's going to be getting some upgrades here, my friend. You got to get another unit out in the field. You have to get another unit out in the field. Because you're against Skirm. Now here, he's probably dancing to give himself some time, right? That Siege Workshop is a must. You could argue the Siege Workshop could have come up a little bit faster. But the Siege Workshop being there means you-pudding needs to back up. Did you-pudding see that? He did, yeah. Yeah, so now this is a good comp again. The Siege Edition is really nice. A nice micro from DuDuZhu. Siege Workshop as well from you-pudding. Guys, I sense a Siege Tower. No joke. I sense a Siege Tower. There's this new meta. I mean, an old meta for certain players, but against Siege with infantry, and I promise you I didn't see the games, but you-pudding's a smart cookie. He is going to go Siege Tower. Doesn't even need it in the end, but he's going to put the sergeants into the Siege Tower, and then he can just roll through the base and roll all around. That's a great engagement anyways from you-pudding. He can just grind down the Siege Workshop now, and DuDuZhu up to 1. But he is struggling right now against the Sicilian player. Such a crazy eco for you-pudding. Look at that. 24 farms right now. And now a second TC. There's arguments to even cancel your Mangonel right now. But if you're going to try and use it, you just hop out and hope to hit the skirms, obviously. Yeah, I mean, he tried. He did do something. He killed 1 unit. I think DuDuZhu really regretting not going for Knights a little bit earlier. Siege Tower might not really be needed right now, but still could be used. I think that fight just went way better. Essentially, if it's multiple siege weapons, you can just roll in and snipe them, but he didn't need that. DuDuZhu is sneaking with crossbows down here. 4 crossbows around the side. He needs some type of counter damage, so that's a good play. Just passing. They're microing on the front. DuDuZhu attacked. You-pudding saw it. Saw it or heard it. I'm not sure which. He could probably get 1 or 2 skirms over here to deal with this, but I like that from DuDuZhu. I like the eco, though. Like, even if you-pudding loses 2 villagers here, I still think his eco is superior. His eco is super smooth right now. And the sergeants are tanking enough on the front against the knights. At least I think they are. The skirms are taking all the crossbows. This is a horrible fight for DuDuZhu. He's not going to win that fight. The counterattack is also not going to do too much. There's so much army from you-pudding. And in game 4, down 2-1. Pressure really high for you-pudding. He's going to roll into town. And he's going to take us to a game number 5. We have a panic castle here from DuDuZhu. DuDuZhu wants the castle so bad. No. No, the units get through. Surprise, bro. Delivery. Sergeant's in your wood line. And the second skirms show up. You just whoop right back into the tower. All right. There you go. Castle's going up over here. Don't mind if I do. Choo-choo. GG. So you-pudding with his Sicilians gets to the sergeants, plays the skirms, plays the economy, ties it up 2-2. Let's go. Game number 5, I think, is on DuDuZhu's home map. So it should be an advantage for him, but that was really fun. Now, maybe I came off a little critical of DuDuZhu there. But they're just, the tiny details matter, right? All these players are just 1 or 2 tiny details every single game from being maybe a... Well, they're already silver players technically next time, but, you know, silver or gold or potentially even platinum, right? It's all the tiny details. And I think for him, running archers into skirms when he knew his opponent was on skirm as early as he did, that was maybe rushing it a bit. And I also think the Siege Workshop could have come out faster than it did. When he had the map control in early Castle Age, he was in position to build that. Where was it? Like right here. That Siege Workshop can be up already, right? A villager could be walking forward already. The position could be here. There's a lot of different things. Going Knights with the Georgians is very strong. With the crossbows, could that have happened earlier? You know, the list goes on and on and on. At the end of the day, you-pudding had a really rough Dark Age. Like a really rough Dark Age. He almost couldn't click up to Feudal, and then he turned it around. So that was sick. Okay, so this whole series has been DuDuZhu being the guy who might go all in. I have a feeling that you-pudding might go Fast Castle Scorpion here. I don't know with 100% certainty, but like I don't see Romans as good enough to necessarily play the late game against some of these other civs, right? Again, I could be wrong. They do have 5% greater efficiency. There's bonuses to get excited about. You could have Scorpion and Halb and Centurion and all these things, but it is you-pudding we're talking about. So, like, will he try something wacky? DuDuZhu's Burgundians, this is actually a meta civ. So there's not a ton of potential for crazy. The only thing that you could do that's a bit unorthodox is maybe add some Flemish militia from the barracks. But yeah, to explain the map, you've got this line of relics in the middle. And these relics can actually be picked up before Castle Age because you start with these shrines in the back. The shrines kind of look like little eyeballs on the mini-map, and the TC kind of looks like a nose. I don't know, it's like two robots staring at each other, but the shrines produce a priest, which is just 75 gold and only have 5 range. But you do have to chop and you do have to free them. Like, people make a lot of decisions on this map for long term, but what about a sneaky little forward? What about just like spears and siege against DuDuZhu? You'd have to get the Vils forward, though. You can't be going defensive Siege Workshop. I think that'd be too much. I'm torn. Like, if the civs are reversed, I'm saying 100% that DuDuZhu does it. But you-pudding, you don't really know. Someone says Aztecs could be good here as well. I don't know. I'm not personally in love with Aztecs. I find, while they do have mobility with Eagles, per se, I find they're just not as mobile as civs with Cav. Obviously, you get the relics. It feels really good. But I find Aztecs relies a bit more on gold. And there's so much of that gold exposed. So I personally am not in love with Aztecs, at least at this level. I think there's some reasons to maybe choose others. But Romans I have not seen yet. Which is why I'm thinking all these things. Burgundians we've seen all the time. Eco upgrades already in for DuDuZhu. Early double bit axe. Can get early horse collar. 3 on wood. Doesn't seem that interested in making a priest right now. So might be a game where he just goes fast castle. Or maybe fast feudal. You could actually go fast feudal into the Castle Age eco upgrades. If you want to do that. Yo, Jabron Lame, 76 months. Thank you, man. Strawberry, thanks for the 49. I would feel bad for whoever lost here, because I like both of these players a lot. Like, it's weird. I think you-pudding has more potential strategically, because I think he's a more diverse player, but DuDuZhu has more potential because of the energy he can create in a tournament set. Like, he just creates chaos so well. And, it has worked well for him in this set, but also in other sets. Someone's asking if the elo difference is real. I don't know what on earth happened. DuDuZhu's realistically normally around 2,300 elo. I don't know how this dude dropped. He was 2,500 elo before. So, like, realistically, it's not that big of a gap. But apparently he is 2050 right now, so I have no clue what happened. I'm just going based on people talking in chat. I had someone say that you-pudding is 2,700 right now, but I thought he was then my mod told me he's 2,530. So I don't know. And either way, roughly you-pudding a 200 to 300 elo difference, I would say, is what I would say based on their level. Okay. You-pudding going to gold now. If he was going for the Scorpion play, he could click up at 23 or 24 pop. But like, there you're not factoring in having to walk forward and having to get loom. So like 25 pop might be the healthier option. I don't know, guys. He's made the priest already. It really doesn't feel like he's going to go all in. Maybe at least not now. Not in the way that we thought, right? Yellow Jacket says that DuDuZhu has just resigned 1 minute into a game and dropped elo for whatever reason. So he resigned a bunch of games? Is that confirmed? I mean, every player is a little bit different on the ladder. We created a whole system to stop people from, like, you know, creating alts and playing on alts and stuff. Then we had a player, you know, I don't know, act as if they were someone else and go through this big, long conspiracy, which we had to investigate. So that was super fun. But DuDuZhu is a weird guy. Wouldn't actually be the most shocking thing ever if he just randomly resigned a bunch of games because he can get tilted a little bit sometimes. I just don't have info on that. You-pudding, not that type of guy. Here is the priest walking forward with his little staff there. And You-pudding sees this. And You-pudding is going to lose this. And You-pudding took a risk. And that's a risk that a lot of people have taken on this map, right? Like, but we've seen people get away with it. And I'm always sitting here like, you should never be able to get one. Ever. Like, the scouts should be out. That's always been my feeling. But let's see. You-pudding's going to run in. He says, hello. Game number 5. Just want to see what you've got in here, pal. Oh, you got 5 on berries, 6 on berries. Ooh, 8 on berries. Oh, no loom. Oh, that's cool. Oh, scout's pretty weak there, eh? And he's just going to run around. He's going to be a pest. And he can see the whole build, which I really like. I'd also like a villager snipe. Sees the stable. And he's on the way up. What on earth is this build? This is like heavy wood, heavy gold. This feels like scorpions to me. But there's no vills coming forward. I do not understand. Defensive scorpions would be a little unorthodox. Oh, he's blocking the priest. He kills the priest. Okay, so they both lost the priest. But before that happened, the priest healed up. You-pudding just tries to kill the vill, and okay, both people have lost a priest, and then You-pudding lost his scout. Imagine if this priest gets a conversion because he's on the hill. Nope, he's running. And he's going to die. All right, well, not a good day to be a holy man. That's why I am a caster. 3 farms for You-pudding. If you're going all in, you would realistically have stuff forward. So I think it's just a boom. It is a really good castle time. He is ahead of Burgundians with resources collected too, which is kind of rare. He's shifting pretty much everything off gold. I think he just goes full eco now. But again, just the Romans pick is weird to me. It's his last pick. Not what you want for game 5. DuDuZhu will add more scouts. Take the map. Prevent any relics from being collected. He can get all 5 relics eventually. That should be insanely good for him. Well, there's the second TC for You-pudding. Apparently the last 4 losses for DuDuZhu on the ladder were just early resigns. Okay, got it. Well, sorry for any confusion there, but that's enough of that investigation. We're in game 5. I mean, if someone's full booming here and you sense that, I really like a siege push. Romans do not have very good monk options to defend from that. I think first the second TC makes a lot of sense at home to get the eco rolling. But that's an option. Yeah. 3 TCs for You-pudding. Just full economy. Full economy into what? Like, Romans die so horribly to gunpowder. Freaking Andy in my chat. He says, what's the idea behind Romans here? I think the idea is to confuse me. And it's working. Like, I just... It was his last pick on the draft. There's also the mind games of... The mind game is like, it's You-pudding. Holy crap, what will he do? And then maybe DuDuZhu does something weird? I mean, this... We're asking questions. The reality is, this boom is pretty smooth right now. And it's still just 2 TCs for DuDuZhu. And DuDuZhu doesn't have more than 1 relic. He's about to get 2, so... Adding monks would be a horrible decision for You-pudding. Your opponent has a stable, and you saw he has a stable. So he's stuck. Sometimes in life, guys, you're just stuck, and you have to try your best, okay? Is that enough? But that doesn't mean, even if things are looking bleak, even if your tech tree is kind of weird in the Imperial Age, that doesn't mean that you should give up. You should just sit there, and you should control what you can control, and you should 3 TC boom. But you should definitely not make monks. because there's going to be scouts out there. I guess maybe what you could do is like, you could play Rams, I would play Halb, Ram, and Cavalier, maybe. That would make sense. Maybe make some spears soon to take the middle and drop a middle castle or something. Yeah, Mankey says don't send your son to be a monk. I mean, maybe let your son do what he wants, but yeah, monk is not in this map is not good. Resources collected is even right now. Now, I think DuDuZhu should siege push him. Right? Put him under pressure. There's no downside. Like, you're not going to break him, sure, but you're going to keep him in his base and keep him spending his limited gold in defending. So I love the idea. Bring your monks forward with a scout. Siege workshop. Just a couple mangonels. Romans do get redemption, but their monks don't get sanctity, so you can kill them. It's a really nice civ to siege push, actually. But yeah, 5 relics for DuDuZhu. There's a lot of people watching. Thank you, everybody. Highly encourage you guys to go back and watch some of the other games today. We had another set before this. Crazy games all day today. First game in this series was epic. Like, really good sets. And a lot of the times, if it is a sweep, as we see a 4th TC, the games have been really close. So 4 TC boom. I don't hate it because you don't have imp timing bonuses, so you don't get, like, Arbalest and Bracer and Bombard Cannons and like no Treb bonuses. None of the things that you're playing those fast imp timings with are possible. So big Castle Age could be the plan. I do see a barracks now. I see 10 gifted subs from Ziv. Thank you, Ziv. Much appreciated. I see another barracks. Wait a second. He's gonna go Legionaries? Legionaries. Oh, man, imagine a siege tower. Imagine a siege tower with longswords right now. Genuinely. Can DuDuZhu see this? Bro. Guys, I'm so hyped right now. Wait, no, okay. He's going to make pikemen. I'm addicted to the siege tower idea. Just, like, running in. Also, is there a hole there? There's a hole there, right? He must have deleted. Let's hope that never comes back to haunt him. I mean, I think you-pudding is expecting to be pushed right now, which he's not. So he's adding scorpions. He's adding spears. Big economy. And DuDuZhu is building outposts everywhere to get vision. Monks cannot go inside siege towers. Siege cannot go inside siege towers. Cav cannot go inside siege towers. It's infantry and it's archers. But it's just, he's making scorpions and pikes. I think he thinks he's going to be attacked. Which, I mean, he's not. But his eco is very satisfying to look at. I just don't know if DuDuZhu has the map control yet. He needs a castle first. Castle here, and I'm happy with it. If this army moves out, it actually can deny the castle. He doesn't see it. That's a crazy castle, considering what's back here. This could fully deny it. Ooh. But we have a stable there, which makes him know there's stuff there, which makes him bring his army. Nah, I think... Bro! Build an outpost here! Build an outpost here, DuDuZhu! Don't build an outpost on the sides! Build an outpost where you're building the castle! No! No, it's a doubt! And then you-pudding's like, okay, I'm gonna walk further forward now. You're screwing up. You're waiting for hand cannons. DuDuZhu is panicking out some archers now, which was not the original plan. And I mean, still, Imperial Age is in for DuDuZhu. He's got to complete this castle, though. You have to complete this. You-pudding will take the map. Castle will go up. It's fine. It's fine. This is not, though. Like, in a messy game, you could easily produce out of these archer ranges, and these units go down. But he goes for chemistry right away. That was his plan. I mean, DuDuZhu just can't help himself. Even in a clean game, chaos gets created. I mean, one outpost there, and he always is able to address that situation. I don't mind the stable. Like, he didn't think there was anything, but you have to confirm that your opponent doesn't have anything. That's the key. But what's done is done. Treb is already out for DuDuZhu. And he can make bombard cannons in 5 seconds. That castle for you-pudding is going to go down. Thank you, Ziv, for pointing out the attack on the left. Someone in my chat is backseat casting. Big attack on the left. Big attack. Would have taken 2,500 more hits to take the gate down. But, oh, no, he denied it. Oh, shoot. That was so big. Oh, man. So glad we saw that. Ballistas. Scorpions attack 33% faster. That's an important upgrade here if you're going to play Scorpions. Doesn't seem like the resources are there for you-pudding, so he is not going to get it. Not out of that castle. But he's massing a lot of Scorpions. But the weakness to Scorpions is usually bombard cannons. But if you can make a lot of them, which he has, and if you have a big economy, which he does have, and if you have some gold in the middle, which he has, and, you know, if your opponent had a hole in their house wall, and there's random pikemen back here that are doing stuff, and it's game 5 energy, there's just a lot that can happen. Oh my god, that was... Any Scorpions watching, look away from this. That was crazy. And that's why Romans is so bad, dude. That's why Romans is so bad. This is why I thought he would try and attack early. Gunpowder with Burgundian just shreds this. He is getting heavy Scorpion now, so that's coming in. And you-pudding he's creating a lot of weird pathing choke points for himself, and maybe for the enemy. Still has the 30 villager lead. And collected a lot more res, has a lot more on food. Players won't be adding farms easily in these positions because it's messy. I mean, heavy Scorpion will be in. Now it's in. Hand cannons can't really be around here now. They could be in trouble. It's the bombard cannons that are shredding the Scorpions. That's the thing. Let's not forget how cheap this is for Romans, so they can lose units. Burgundians don't have discounts. DuDuZhu loses the Treb. DuDuZhu's wood line is dying to pikemen. DuDuZhu's gold is dying to pikemen. DuDuZhu is winning in the middle. But guys, like the random units here from you-pudding. Okay, DuDuZhu realizes. That had me worried. DuDuZhu needs to go like castle in the middle hill. Just buy the stone, castle in the middle hill, and you just continue that cycle. Castle, the area, bombard cannon everything down. Castle, the area, bombard cannon everything down. I'd actually love to see, like, stables right now. Look at you-pudding. He wants that stone. He won't get it. I'd love to see stables from both, but actually you-pudding has a lot of food income. So, like, light cav for raids on the sides could be great. It does kill a lot of these hand cannons, but again, these bombard cannons are the issue. And the production and, like, all this stuff being right here is not helping. I feel like you have to castle this side just to protect your woodline right now. How much gold does you-pudding have left in here? You-pudding's got 2k. 2k more golds. That is not a lot, especially when you're thinking about going monks. You-pudding has that villager lead. Is that going to be enough here? The bombard cannons are still proving to be a problem. The Scorpions are just getting completely wrecked. Even, like, rams would have helped. Maybe some gold on the left could be taken. You-pudding will take this. Okay, so that's an extra 1,600. That gives him a little bit more time. But now there's Cavaliers. That's another thing that's problematic for Scorpions. But I guess there are still pikes out for that. You-pudding's micro has been remarkably good. It doesn't seem like it, but it's actually been pretty decent considering the bombard cannons. He has killed a lot of hand cannons, but it's hard to watch. It really is. And there we go. Now, DuDuZhu, I would just say maybe calm down and build your castle in the middle and then just take your time. He doesn't know how to take his time, as we learned earlier. He loves that spot for whatever reason. 1 conversion, 2 conversions. 2 conversions on the bombard cannons. Romans do get bombard cannons. Okay, bombard cannons are dead. Dude, just back it up, my friend. Take a chill pill. Build a castle right there. There we go. He's learning. It is so fun to watch him, though. Like, I love the fact that he can't chill. You putting 160 vills, seemingly not aware that he's over booming again. But his army is dying so fast, he never has military pop. The castle's gonna go up, I think. Paladin's on the way for DuDuZhu. I mean, monks for Romans really shouldn't be getting too many conversions from here because they should die. Castle's gonna go up. I never doubted. Another bombard cannon converted, but DuDuZhu has the relics. DuDuZhu has the golds. You-pudding does not. And now You-pudding gets ballistas. But, like, this is getting ballistas after you after you lose 50 scorpions is like, I don't know. Someone who's lactose intolerant taking their lactose pills hours after they eat ice cream. Like, you're still gonna be having a really rough time tomorrow because you didn't get the timing right. It's gonna be painful. You're gonna lose game 5 here and not move on. Oh, this is just a really sad affair for You-pudding. I don't think he can handle this. Too many scorpions have gone down. There's too much gunpowder. Paladin's now in. DuDuZhu has the middle. DuDuZhu has the relics. And as the people who are lactose intolerant in my chat are leaving. Sorry, guys. It's the only thing that came to mind for whatever reason. This is just... There's no turning this around. Burgundians just completely smash Romans if you play someone on par with high-level AoE against an evenly matched player. I think I would have preferred to see Cavalier with the unique tech. Cavalier and like Halb and Rams over the Scorpions. You-pudding has 163 vills. Very similar to that Shoals game. Where he has the vills, but his army's just dying way too quickly. And, yeah, I mean, there's Paladins raiding on the left side right now. There's just a lot of pain. A lot of misery. I don't think DuDuZhu is exactly making this easy for himself right here. You can tell the nerves are there right now. But he's definitely freaking out a little bit. He's tossing units left and right. I'd love to see more castles in the middle. I'd love to see ballistics. I'd love to see a lot more, but I don't think it necessarily matters because he drafted for this. He planned for this, and he's gonna drop a castle here now. And I guess the bombard cannons don't necessarily matter as much now. It'd be very hard to throw this game. DuDuZhu is going nuts right now. Scorpions and Halbs are actually starting to match up now together. Maybe become a bit of a problem when for the Paladins to engage, but the bombard cannons are still back here. Like, these bombard cannons have 35 kills. 35. And that's like mainly Scorpions. DuDuZhu, maybe make some trebs or something though, bro. He's like, do Burgundians get sappers? I'll Vill rush him again. He's just using the Paladins. Sorry, we missed some of the bombard cannons getting converted. You-pudding is almost out of golds. I don't know where he's taking the gold. It must still be in his base, but there's barely anything left in there. I can't even click it. It's probably going to disappear any moment now. How are you supposed to push castles with the Romans here? You run into castle fire or you die. I don't think you do. The vills are dropping like flies on the left. That'll go down. You-pudding's actually taking fights here and getting kills, so he maybe still feeling like there's some good things happening. But DuDuZhu can stabilize from this all the time. He's got stone. He's got golds. He's got the control of the map. And You-pudding will be in silver. DuDuZhu? We'll have to look at the bracket. I'm inclined to think that he will be the underdog in the essentially the final to make it into gold. DuDuZhu in gold would be a crazy run. But what a performance from him, dude. He's going to stay alive. Silver at least, potentially gold. I love this player in tournaments. It's so fun to cast him. Win or lose, super entertaining. And super human, you know? Okay, so Chart would be who DuDuZhu is up against. Okay. I mean, it's not like it's Sorokuma or Jordan or, you know, some of the other groups. I mean, maybe DuDuZhu could do that. Chart should still be the big favorite there. And DuDuZhu might be the fan favorite, though. You-puddin will lose the castle. He's kind of endlessly repairing this for no reason. Because he doesn't know what else to do. Another castle from DuDuZhu. Villagers are getting slaughtered now. The castle will finally fall. And more upgrades coming in the blacksmith for DuDuZhu, which he hasn't had. But just I just am surprised. We'll have to look at the draft. I'm surprised that there wasn't another Civ available if you-puddin wanted to boom. Like, I feel like there were options. I feel like he had Khmer, right? I thought he had Khmer on his draft, too. Like, I think Khmer... They both have similar weaknesses, ironically, but... I think I prefer them a little bit. Doesn't matter now. 106 Scorpions were created in that game from you-puddin. It felt like they couldn't do anything against the dozen or so bombard cannons, and you-puddin crashes out. Will be silver, 10k league, but DuDuZhu, back and forth series. What a series. As advertised. I wasn't told, even though this was Rex, I wasn't told anything. I just assumed it would be really, really freaking good. Which is why I wanted to make sure I covered it as Rex. So, yeah, DuDuZhu stuck to the game plan. Definitely a lot of things that he's got to tighten up a little bit, I think, to win the next series. But that's what's fun about DuDuZhu. I feel like he makes everybody else rattled, and there's just a weird energy about every DuDuZhu set. Like, imagine if he loses the game, losing that castle on the front. Like, imagine how horrible that would have been for him. He almost did. Almost threw the game. And that's like one of those things. It's like, now he can look at it and he could say, okay, next time, instead of just outposting the right, why don't I outpost the front? Then he would see this, and then he goes, oh, let me just back away. Back away here. Drop the castle in the back. Very easy fixes for someone like DuDuZhu to make. So, yeah, GG. Damn, what a series.